Hey guys, it is Julie here with TipRanks. Today we are discussing a few crypto-related stocks. Now, cryptocurrencies in general have taken a bit of a hit over these last couple of months. So we're going to take a look at these companies and see whether analysts think that this recent decline in price creates a good buying opportunity. All three stocks that we're looking at today are involved with Bitcoin mining, so it's no surprise that their stock is very closely linked to the price of Bitcoin. Now, you can see on the chart here that over the last couple of months, Bitcoin has declined from highs of $65,000 now down in the low 30s. And if you look at that chart, you'll see a lot of similarities in the charts of the stocks that we're looking at today. Now, one thing to note, guys, is that cryptocurrency has been very volatile lately, and these three companies today are no exception. So just make sure you're always understanding the risk and doing your own due diligence when approaching any investment choices. Now, the beta of all three companies we're looking at today is 4.4 to 4.8. If you aren't familiar with beta, that is pretty high. Now, beta is the measure of a stock's volatility compared to the overall market. If you had a beta of 1, you'd expect that stock to move along with the market as normal. Less than 1 means that the stock will be even less volatile than the overall market. So up above 4 means that it is going to be much more volatile than the overall stock market. So just keep that in mind. Now, the price of Bitcoin has been under a lot of pressure lately. This ranges from tweets from Elon Musk regarding concerns of the green efficiency of mining all of this Bitcoin to some recent crackdowns over in China. With it becoming more difficult to mine crypto in China, it can make it a lot easier and more profitable for others to continue Bitcoin mining. According to reports, more than 90% of China's Bitcoin mining capacity is estimated to now be closed, and it is thought that between 65 to 75% of all global Bitcoin mining takes place in China. So it is not good news for Bitcoin miners in China, but others could stand to benefit. Crypto experts say that with so many miners in China going offline because of these restrictions, other miners' share of the network should be increasing, which could potentially make mining much more lucrative. So with that being said, let's take a look at three companies related to Bitcoin mining and whether analysts think that this dip is a good time to get in. Just before we get into these, this is your friendly reminder that if you enjoy today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, starting off with Riot. Riot Blockchain trades under the ticker Riot, or RIOT, and is currently priced at $33.34 per share. They saw highs earlier this year of nearly $80. Riot is a Bitcoin mining company supporting the Bitcoin blockchain through rapidly expanding large-scale mining in the United States. They're focused on expanding their operations by increasing their Bitcoin mining hash rate and infrastructure capacity. Their Bitcoin mining operations include both Whinstone US's facility in Rockdale, Texas, and their hosted miners at Coinmint LLC's Messina, New York facility. Whinstone US is a wholly owned subsidiary of Riot Blockchain and consists of the single largest Bitcoin mining and hosting facility in North America. Riot currently has a deployed hash rate capacity of 1.6 exahashes per second, utilizing approximately 51 megawatts of energy. That acquisition of Whinstone was just completed back in May. The total consideration paid in the transaction was 11.8 million shares of the Riot common stock and $80 million in cash. Commencing in early 2020, the Whinstone team has successfully built the largest Bitcoin hosting facility in North America as measured by developed capacity. Whinstone's comprehensive energy management strategy delivers best-in-class net energy costs, utilizing cutting-edge technology and comprehensive analytics to deliver industry-leading, low-cost, reliable, and responsive power. Taking a look at how the analysts weigh in, we have three current ratings. And all three come in with a buy. The average price target is $42.33, which would represent a 27% upside potential for this next year. The most recent rating comes just 3 days ago from Michael DeGrosso at Compass Point with a $43 price target for a 32% upside potential. Michael says that we believe the recent Whinstone acquisition is transformational for the company and provides additional capacity for miner deployment as well as optionality for alternative mining and data center hosting. Bitcoin miners are highly correlated with their underlying asset, although we believe Riot should continue to outperform given its significant scale. Now, if you've heard of the Riot stock, you've probably also heard of the Marathon Patent Group. They trade under the ticker MARA, or M-A-R-A, and are currently priced at $28.26 per share. They're down from previous highs of almost $58. Marathon is a digital asset technology company that mines cryptocurrencies with a focus on the blockchain ecosystem and the generation of digital assets. They're building the largest self-mining operation in North America at one of the lowest energy costs. Their growth strategy is to improve Bitcoin production by increasing hash rate and continuing to de-risk the business by becoming more resilient to potential declines in the prices of Bitcoin. Marathon has a partnership with Beowulf, giving them consistent access to low-cost electricity. Beowulf, who owns 6 million shares of Marathon, developed, constructed, acquired, and operated over $5 billion of power generation and industrial assets. They provide Marathon with a stable supply of electricity and opportunities for future growth, with 500 plus megawatts earmarked for future blockchain and data center expansions. Marathon now owns 100% of a data center and retains 100% of their Bitcoin mining output while exploring opening renewable energy powered data centers in the Northeast US. In a recent Bitcoin production and mining operation update, the Marathon CEO shared the following: that in May, they produced 226.6 Bitcoins, which was a 40% increase from what they produced in April. As a result, they're producing nearly 10 Bitcoins per day on average at the end of the month. Given their current delivery schedule and the macro events affecting the global network hash rate, Marathon is particularly well positioned to scale and thrive in the current mining environment. Delivery and installation of new miners continue to progress well, and we remain on track to meet our objectives of transitioning our operations to 70% carbon neutral and having all our previously purchased miners online by the end of the first quarter next year. The Marathon stock also has 3 current analyst ratings. And once again, they all come in with buys, an average price target of $45, which would be over 61% growth potential. And once again, our most recent rating comes from Michael DeGrasso with a $40 price target. On the high end, we have H.C. Wainwright at $50, which would be an 80% upside. Michael comments on the stock that Mara is one of a select few Bitcoin miners with established scale, next-generation hardware, and low-cost power purchase agreements in place. Bitcoin miners are highly correlated with their underlying asset, although we believe Mara should continue to outperform given its significant scale, so very similar to Riot there. We forecast Mara will be able to sufficiently continue to scale its operations through its recent agreement with Compute North, eventually reaching 10.37 exahashes per second, becoming the largest miner in North America. Last, but certainly not least on our list today, is Hive Blockchain Technologies. They trade under the ticker HVBTF, currently priced at $2.35, down from highs of $5.75. This is a Canadian company and was the first publicly listed blockchain infrastructure company being listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange back in September of 2017. They provide shareholders with exposure to digital currency mining as well as a portfolio of crypto coins. In 2020, Hive was actually the most liquid stock on the Toronto Stock Exchange. They traded over 1.7 billion shares, which is not a huge surprise considering what a hot topic crypto-related companies have been this past year. Now, as we said before, one of the downward pressures on Bitcoin lately has been Elon Musk's concern over green energy and how Bitcoin is produced. So Hive recently had a very positive news release, as they announced they're expanding their growth strategy in Sweden by sourcing more green energy. They announced a recent expansion in Sweden with a 4.6 megawatt facility in the town of Robertsfors, and it brings their total capacity in Sweden to more than 33 megawatts and 133 megawatts worldwide. Hive has installed itself in the historic diamond factory in the small municipality in the northern part of the country, consistent with its ESG strategy to invest in cold climate locations with access to stable, low-cost, green, and renewable energy sources. Their stock only has 1 current analyst rating, but it does come in as a buy with an average price target of $3.25, which would be an upside of 38%. That came in 23 days ago from 4.5-star analyst Kevin Deed from H.C. Wainwright. So there are 3 crypto-related stocks that analysts still feel very optimistic about despite the recent declines in the overall cryptocurrency market. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Are you already invested in some of these? Have you been keeping an eye on them? And do you think that we've now hit the bottom where it's a good time to dip? I know there still will probably be a ton of volatility surrounding this sector. As always, please make sure you're doing your own research and due diligence before making any investment decision, and always understand the risk versus reward that you're taking on. These videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock. If you made it all the way to the end of today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you back here next time.